what's up world? It's your boy Philochko here. You know that American dude with the incredible mood? That's me, and right now I just woke up. It's early in the morning. I'm still in my underwear, but I have a busy day ahead of me. But before I get to my day, I remember I promised to make you guys that video answering the questions you asked about me in my last video, so I'm going to get to the questions. Now, there's no such thing as a stupid question, really. There's no such thing as a stupid question, but there are stupid people. So not only am I going to answer your questions, I'm going to announce the dumbass of the day, okay? So that means someone who made a real stupid statement under my video, and they get the dumbass of the day award. Now, I can't get to every single question, but I'll try to get to as many of them as possible, and I'll give the name of the person who left the comment, okay? Now let's get to it. Let's start. Okay, this is Russian. It says Emelian Nikolvorov, and it says differences between American, British, and Australian accents. I'm not too good at making accents like a British person or an Australian person. And being from New York, I haven't met many British people, and I don't think I've met any Australian people. So I'm not the best with that. When I went to acting school, I never really learned accents. I didn't really learn accents. Commercial acting, I just learned how to communicate with the demographics in which I'm speaking to. So if I'm speaking to kids, I'll talk a certain way. If I'm speaking to adults, I'll speak a different way. That's what I learned mostly when I was learning how to act for commercials and stuff. So acting on YouTube is very similar to acting for commercials. It's very similar, but very different than acting for like movies and television shows. So that wasn't a question, but I got to his statement. Next one. I have, let's see. Everyone's saying they miss Philochko. Don't worry, I'm bringing her back. Okay, take some rest. It would be cool if you started making more vocabulary lessons. I think there's not enough lessons on common idioms and expressions. These idiom lessons, it's not really something people use every day. Okay, so he wants more vocabulary lessons. Well, just to let you guys know, I'm opening up another channel. I'm going to open it up once this one makes 100,000 subscribers. That other channel is going to be based on, I'm going to teach you one thing a day. One thing a day, just one specific thing. Not like 4 idioms or 4 vocabulary words, one thing a day, and I'm going to keep repeating what I'm teaching you over and over and over again, so it's like stuck in your mind, you understand? So it stays there, it doesn't go anywhere. So that should be really, really good for you guys. So it could be like a 5-minute video on a phrase like, to give it a shot, or something like that. And I'm like, what did you give a shot? Have you given anything a shot in your life lately? Well, I'm giving Ukraine, living in Ukraine a shot. I'm giving that a shot. Have you ever given going to college a shot? Did you give going to college for 8 years a shot? Are you trying this stuff? Things like that. So if you don't know what it means to give a shot, I will teach you. It's early in the morning. I'm making this video just for you guys, right? Now let's see. Okay, here's a dumbass of the day. You guys ready for a dumbass of the day? You ready? Hopefully you guys can read Russian, but this is dumbass of the day. Dumbass of the day says he simply escaped from Russia in a cowardly manner. So let's congratulate Alexei Zarovny for dumbass of the day, okay? Now, let's get to why he's dumbass of the day. When you go to work tomorrow or school, when you leave work or school, I'm gonna say you left work or you left school in a cowardly manner. When you go to the bathroom, you do kakashka. When you come out the bathroom, I'm gonna say you left the bathroom in a cowardly manner. When you're having private time with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, or girlfriend, you're having fun, as soon as you finish and you go somewhere else, I'm saying, you left it in a cowardly manner. I left Russia after I was finished doing what I was supposed to be doing there, which was working. I've been in Russia for 2 years, and everyone knew where I was at all times. 2 years. After my 2 years, more than 700 days of working, I decided to leave to go on vacation, and I left in a cowardly manner. I'm telling you, you can leave anything in a cowardly manner. I advise you guys to never give up on anything. When you're chewing your food, if you swallow, I'm gonna say, you stop chewing your food in a cowardly manner. Next one. Okay, here's a good question. Do you know Spanish or any other languages, or English and Russian are the only 2 you speak? Greetings from Dominican Republic. And this is E.V. Carpio. Well, I speak English, of course. My Russian, I realized when I was getting this apartment, I spoke Russian with the owners for like 15 minutes straight. I don't realize how much Russian I know until I have to speak it. You understand? Now, my grammar in Russian is terrible, but I know a lot of vocabulary words, and I spoke with these people for 15 minutes. I told them everything they wanted to hear. That's how I got this apartment. I had nobody with me when I came here to get this apartment. It was only me. They spoke no English. So I know a fair amount of Russian, but I understand a whole lot. Sometimes I hear things I don't want to hear and understand. It's like, oh, I wish I didn't understand that. But I do understand a good amount. But out here in Ukraine, I also want to learn some Ukrainian. It's not that easy, but I'm going to try, okay? All right, next one. Let's see what else. I've seen also your videos. And I guess, okay, here goes one. How can I finish a phone conversation? I just say, okay. Whoa, oh, that's my friend Ruben. He lives here in Dnipropetrovsk. Well, Ruben, you don't just end a phone conversation by saying okay. If it's with a casual friend, like someone you're cool with, you can just say peace and love. That's a cool way to answer. Like, all right, man, it was good speaking to you. Peace and love. See ya. Like that. So we usually have more than one way to say goodbye. We don't just say goodbye once. We usually say it twice. So it's not like, all right, bye, and just hang up. It's usually like, oh, okay. As I talk to you, all right, see you later. Okay, bye-bye. So you can use it, all right, man, peace and love. See ya. And just hang up. That's like the coolest casual way. If you're like really formal or something, say, all right, it was great talking to you. Please have a nice day. Okay, goodbye. And make sure you do the little hum at the end to let them know you're hanging up so they don't think you're being rude. It's like, oh, it's great speaking to you. Have a nice day or have a good night. It was nice talking to you. Okay, Click, click. All right, that goes a long way. All right, that's from Ruben. Next question is from Dennis Ivanov. And it says, what are you doing in Ukraine? Well, for those of you who don't know, I've always wanted to go to Ukraine for the past, I was 20, for the past 8 years. My dream was to always be able to go to Ukraine and live in Ukraine. Now I'm able to live in Ukraine if I want. Well, I'm not gonna live in Ukraine, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to become a citizen or something, but I could be here, I don't know, maybe for 6 months, maybe for 8 months, you know. I don't need to get a visa to come to Ukraine. Russia, I can stay in Russia if I wanted for like 2 more years because of my visa, but in Ukraine I don't need a visa. You know, it's much easier for me to come here. I mean, it's easy to get a Russian visa, but in Russia it's tougher living for an American than in Ukraine. Like in Russia, I always got to leave with my passport because if I'm found without it, it may be really bad. But in Ukraine, it's unlikely that I'll go through any of those situations. Like, oh, you don't have your passport, this and that. It's not that likely when I'm here, you know? So it's just different countries. They're very similar, but they are different, especially for Americans, all right? So, next one. He says, please tell me, this is, wow, sorry, I cannot say your name. Drew Badeep Das. He says, please tell me how I can understand English movies without subtitles. Help, please. Bro, well, first off, there's a lot of websites out there, and my friend who's here now, she's very helpful. She sent me links to these websites in which I can read Russian stories, and they translate the stories to me, and they also read it to me. So you should find a website in which you can read English stories, like stories in English, not a story, but like, you know, a page, a short story basically, and you can read this short story, and then afterwards, whatever you don't understand, you click the button and it translates it to your language. And it shows you where the idioms are, where the words are. I don't know any websites that do this for people learning English. I just know the websites that do this for people learning Russian. And I'm just hoping there's other versions of it out there. So what I advise you to do is find a good website or some good software where you can read stories in English and it translates it for you instantly, or you can put the mouse over it and it shows you what the word or idiom means. It really, really helps with learning to understand. It helps so much. So a website, you can read a story in English, they translate all the words and idioms for you into your language, whatever your language may be, because I don't know what your language is, all right? We're gonna have a little bit more to go. This is from Ivan Kanayezev. What if you explain to use some slang or phrases from hip-hop music? That would be cool, like your videos. Okay, now, we all know everybody's talking about, not everybody, but a lot of news outlets, oh, he's teaching Ebonics, he's teaching hip-hop slang. First of all, anyone who says I'm teaching hip-hop slang, they're stupid because they don't know the word Ebonics. That's why they say hip-hop slang, they're stupid. And as you all know, this channel is not hip-hop slang, and if you've ever been in my class, I don't teach much hip-hop slang at all. Maybe hip-hop slang is, let's say, 5 or 7% of my lesson, but my lessons mostly consist of, you know, pronunciation, common mistakes, casual slang like party slang, high school slang, stuff like that. But I do want to open I want to open 2 channels once I get 100,000 subscribers. One will be all about Ebonics, all about Ebonics. So everybody who wants to learn Black American English, you want to learn the secrets, I'm going to open a channel just for you guys. And the other one's going to be basically focusing on one vocabulary word or one phrase or one idiom at a time. So it can be stuck in your head and you just remember it, all right? So I will get to that, not on this channel, because if I release a bunch of Ebonics videos on this channel, you're going to see on the Russian news again, Philochko's teaching Ebonics. You know, I hear it all the time. It gets so annoying, all right? let's go to the next one. Miss you, man. Long time no see. Okay, this is from Samaya75. Can you explain English movies? It is difficult to understand because they speak quickly. Merci, Monsieur Philochko. Well, I advise you to take the advice I gave to the other person about going to the websites where they have stories in English, then they can translate it into your language. The more you read, the more you understand what you're reading. It'll also help you to understand what you're hearing. It'll help a lot. So make sure the site you go to, not only does it have the text, but make sure it has audio as well. So as you're reading the story, you can click the button and it'll start reading it to you. You'll hear it as well and you'll see it. It helps a whole lot, trust me. Next video, if I find any websites that do that, I will give it to you guys. And so that's basically it, guys. You know, thank you for your questions or your comments. And dumbass of the day, where's dumbass of the day? Here he is. Alexei Zarovny, I wish you luck. I don't think your IQ is that high, but you know, I wish you luck. And that's basically it, people. That's basically it, and I'm out of here. Later, don't be racist. No, I'll let him say it himself.
And don't be racist.
So don't be that is his catchphrase.